You're listening to The Money Hour with your host, Tina Mitchell. Sponsored by Absolute Mortgage, a division of Pinnacle Capital Mortgage Corporation. Now, in the studio, local mortgage and finance expert, Tina Mitchell.
Well, welcome back to The Money Hour with your host and mortgage expert, Tina Mitchell, right here at 1150 AM KKNW, the Saturday, March 12th show, bringing in expert advice and inside knowledge on today's local economy and how it can affect your money. If you're listening to my show at a different time, you are listening to a rebroadcast, you can call the show at 1-855 400-1150. Again, that's 1-855-400-1150 or online at themoneyhour.com. And right now in studio, I have Kari Scott with John Scott, West Seattle. Kari, thank you so much for joining me in studio.
Thank you, Tina. Good to be here again.
And we're going to continue our conversation on the lack of inventory because that is what's happening right now and the important to get this information out. But a little bit about Kari before we have our conversation. Kari is top 1% of John Scott agents for 2015, president of Leetwood Ford for outstanding production 2010 through 2015, 5-star real estate awards Seattle Magazine, certified luxury home mortgage or home marketing specialist, accredited staging professional, International Associated Home Staging Professional, certified quality street agent, group leader, mentor for Brian Buffini, regional management team member for Brian Buffini, member of the John Scott Foundation, peak group leader experience, and peak performer class facilitator. Wow. What a bio. What a bio that you have, Kari. I want to tell you a little bit more about Kari. Kari has lived and conducted business in the Seattle metro area for the past 20 years, same as me. She is recognized as one of the top producing agents in the Seattle metro area. 90% of her business is repeat and referral business. She provides the Nordstrom quality service. Kari uses her time, energy, and resources in investing in her clients' relationships. Her approach of investing in her clients give them the trust and confidence to not only use her again, but also to refer family, friend, and associates. Kari's team member includes Lynn Sterling, her full-time licensed assistant, who is also offers top-notch service, a wealth of knowledge, and willing spirit to do whatever it takes to get the job done. And she's also consistently in the top 1% of John Scott company-wide 2015. So again, Kari, thank you. I'm just excited to talk with you. And what time of the year would you advise is best if there was a best time for a somebody to purchase a home? When would that be?
Well, the first thing I say, because I get that question a lot, when is the best time to buy? When is the best time to sell? And I say first when you're ready. Like, you know, when you've been pre-approved by your lender, as you know, that letter has been sent to me and you're ready to go. Some people, they're really excited about doing it, but sometimes I counsel them at times, they just need to wait a few months to maybe get more down payment or maybe be in the job a little bit longer. Or just whatever their family situation is, just make it. But right now, if you were to say right now, when should you buy or sell? It's now.
Yes.
I mean, we have such a shortage of inventory that if you're a seller, you can just make so much extra money on your house that you couldn't have made a few years ago. Because prices are up past 2005 when it was a real-time high in our market from 2005 to 2008 before we had a bit of a dip.
Yes.
And we've surpassed those numbers now. And right now, the average listing on market is going anywhere in the Seattle metro market, anywhere between 8 and 24% over the asking price. Yeah. People are waiving their inspections. They're waiving their financing. I see tons of people buying all cash. And what they're doing, a lot of them, is they're taking money out of other investments, buying cash, and then they're going to somebody like you and saying, I need a mortgage now that I actually got the house, because they're just trying to be strategic about getting the house.
And getting that cash out, doing the cash out refinance afterwards. Yep. Yeah. What are your thoughts as far as the strength of this market in staying like this? What are your thoughts, Kari?
Well, I wish I could predict the future.
I know.
I really do. But right now, I can just tell you for this year, we're on a major, major roll. And for people that are looking to maybe upsize,
I was just going to say, what about people that are looking at buying and selling?
Yeah. It's just such a great time to sell. And if you really get your house right and prepared for sale, it's a no-lose proposition. And I also tell them that if you're going to get into another mortgage, maybe you're going to step up, maybe you have a bigger family, or you just need a larger house for many different reasons. The interest rates, as you know, are such an all-time low that it just makes buying seems seamless and perfect to buy right now, just because you'd rather have the 30-year mortgage at this rate than maybe the one you had before.
Exactly. And I always, tell clients really looking at the cost of waiting versus purchasing now is so important. And that was really numbers that came up in a report when the market was dropping and rates were anticipating they were going to go up, but the real estate market was going to drop. And so that was where that conversation started. Well, now the conversation is just positive on both sides because properties are going up and rates are potentially going to go up. Well, then we know they are. It's just a matter of time. Now, why is it important for the seller to be market ready? One day, put your home on the market.
Well, you only have one time to make a first impression. And there's just simple things that a seller can do to really maximize the value of their home from a buyer's eyes.
Okay.
And I always say we just kind of want to make it Pottery Barn perfect. And people say, well, to paint or not to paint, always paint.
Yes.
Like if you have really bright colors that are school bus yellow and red and just different colors, you've got to make it a little bit more appealing to a wider buyer audience. And if you want to see what the trends are, like right now, whites are really big trends. Simply White was the #1 white color of the year that designers are using right now. I like a little bit more cool, warm colors when you walk into a house. Gray is really popular right now. And the millennials that are buying a lot of these houses are really, really busy people, and they want to move in and have it plugged in so they can just move right in. And so if you're willing to do the work on the front side, you will maximize the potential of what you'll get on the back side.
Okay.
You'll never leave any money on the table if you repaint, carpet, stage, clean your windows, declutter, get that garage cleared out. Make your closet nice and organized.
Yes.
I mean, it's a lot of work for you. And sometimes I say, you're going to hate me now, but you're going to love me later. I'm going to have you halfway packed.
Yes.
And then when I sell their house so quickly, they're like, oh, I'm so glad I did all that work.
Exactly. So you've got your top 5. So your top 5 would be painting, carpet,
floor refinishing, sometimes a quick countertop change. Clean your gutters, get the moss off the roof. We've had a lot of rain, this 100-year rain we've had the last 6 months. If you just take that pressure washer and get a lot of things clean and spotless, clean just sells. And it takes time. And a lot of people think, oh, this looks good enough, I should still stay here. And, you don't wait till you actually move before you do these things. It's just really nice for you to enjoy it, too.
Well, and just stay there. I got a little bit off topic here, but I was talking with one of my realtor friends, and it's kind of hard to get contractors right now because people are putting money in their homes and staying because of the lack of inventory. Are you having challenges with your sellers being able to find another place? And how are you dealing with that piece of it for your sellers that do want to purchase another home?
Well, I think temporary housing is more popular than ever.
Yes. Yep.
Because if I'm going to be competitive in an offer, I've got to get their house sold. I can't say, I really like your house. We're going to offer you a lot of money, but we're going to sell ours first.
Yes.
That conversation is not anything a seller's really willing to put up with. And they have 12 people all cash that want to close in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there is some risk on your part. I mean, you have to be in both feet, commit to what you're doing and say, okay, you got to trust me on this. I'm going to get you to the finish line, but we're going to have to go through a few hoops. But when you've lived in your new house for 2 or 3 months, you're going to look back and think, oh, I'm glad I did that. It wasn't so bad. I got where I want to be now.
Exactly. And I always tell them the short term, a little bit of chaos that you're going to deal with, just like you said, just think about when you're going to get in your home, and that's all. It's all going to be gone. So what about staging? If a seller's asking, do they really need to stage in this market? What is your answer? My
answer is yes. And some people need to stage more than others, but you just want to appeal to the widest buyer audience. And when you make a place like a canvas, it just has some interesting pieces through it. You can do a lot of staging, you can do a little staging, but everyone has a different idea of what decorating is and how they would live. And you're just trying to create a nice environment that they could actually envision their things in. And the number one thing is just decluttering. I mean, a staged house is not how you live in a house, but it's sure how you buy a house.
Exactly. And again, it's really about how you're going to maximize the dollar. And maximizing the dollar is presenting your home the best way possible that you can.
And a lot of these buyers, when they're coming in, when they see the stage house that looks beautiful and they're offering 25% over asking, they don't have extra money to go do this.
Yes.
So if it's kind of turnkey, they can move in and maybe have a 3 to 5 year plan of what they would do down the road, but it's perfectly beautiful to live in now. You're in good shape.
Exactly. What about marketing tips on the marketing side with the internet and how you're presenting that house online? Because a lot of people, I mean, are you seeing people that are coming in from out of the country that are buying before they're actually seeing the home? Are you seeing that happen?
I've done it twice.
Yes.
Where I've just done it by video, iPhone, and then whatever the agent had put in their listing.
Okay.
I mean, with digital technology, you can do a lot now. You can make your little videos and send them over. And I usually try to have a representative from the person that possibly referred me or a family member come and do the walkthrough. It happened the first time I did it. I handed her keys and I said, Dolores, I hope you really love your home because you just bought it.
Yes,
as
that's
we walked
awesome.
in for the first time.
So what about for a buyer? Any tips? When I was talking with Kim, gave some great advice as far as buyers. What other advice do you have in, you've got a buyer that has financing. There's, they can't get around that. What are you doing to help them be able to compete, especially when they're trying to compete against those cash buyers?
Well, I find that when I'm on the other side, when I'm receiving the offers, agents that just kind of fax it and don't even send me a phone call or say, can I present in person, or call to even check on their offer till the next day. I just think you need to really represent your people. You need to represent them to the best of your ability, write the tightest, most strategic offer. You're really only as good at the end of the day as your offer.
Yes.
So, and just really prepare your clients. They may have to write a couple of offers before they get the house that they want.
Yeah.
But I have told this now for over 17 years that the house you get is the one you're supposed to have.
Yes.
And I had only one time in my entire career, last year, I had to write 11 offers for one of my clients. And I kept saying, the one you get, you're going to be happy you didn't get the other 10.
Yes.
And he totally believes that. He's such an advocate for me now. He goes, I'm so glad I didn't get those other houses. I love where I am so much. So.
Well, I can't remember the last time I've ever asked a client when the next one comes around, so this is better than that last one you lost out of? Yes. It always seems that it does work out that way.
Yeah.
So what about... Let's talk reputation, because really talking about having an expert and working with the best right now, more important than ever. Why is that important? What are you seeing that might be missing out if they're working with an agent that doesn't have the experience like you do?
Well, they don't know what they don't know.
Yes.
And as we do this year after year after year, we suddenly find more things we didn't know.
Yes.
And you think, oh my God, if when I was new and shiny and green with my real estate license and I was all excited to call my friends and tell them, they really must have trusted me because I really didn't know what I was doing my first year back in 1998, right? So now I just think you just really have to trust who you're working with, and you really want someone that has experience.
Yes.
If someone's new, make sure they have someone they're mentoring with that can help them get you to where you need to be.
And even whether they're new or not, you can have somebody that's been in the industry for 20 years, but they don't sell a lot of real estate. So I think it's important that, ask if they're, in that top 1%. They're really killing it out there in the market because that experience comes from actually doing deals. And we know the percentage of how those numbers work, that there's a lot of people that have been in the industry, but they're just not selling real estate. They're not doing those transactions. So it's important to ask that question. Do you agree?
It is. And it's really important, too, to get referrals from your agent's clients.
Yes.
Because they're going to tell you what they really feel.
Yeah.
I mean, you can say all you want about yourself, but at the end of the day, it's your clients that are really going to make you or break you based on how they feel about working with you, because they're going to refer you or they're going to not refer you. And being that I'm like 99.9% on referral, I mean, those are relationships I treasure. Most of them are my friends. I have them over. I cook a lot. I have them to my house. I have parties every year. I mean,
you're the Nordstrom realtor. Nordstrom experience.
I like to have as much fun as I like to have as much work.
Yes.
And generally, I'm with my clients so much that they become my close circle of friends too.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, reputation is important as well, and this is where it comes in when you have a lot of business that you've done. You've closed a lot of homes and worked with buyers. You've got a great reputation in the industry with other realtors, and that's really important right now, because you're going in and you're asking them to pick your offer over the other 20 offers that are on the table as well. Can you talk a little bit about the importance of having a great reputation in the market with your peers?
That is a great point, Tina, because I know when I'm on the other side, I know that agents that I've worked with in the past, I know they're going to get the job done, even if it's difficult, or even if we come through a bump. And generally the bumps are maybe appraisal. It could be a bump for us. The inspections we always go through because at this point, everyone's pre-inspecting.
Yeah.
It's really nice when the seller does a pre-inspection on their own and shares it with all the buyers too. That really helps them, because if you've been a buyer and you're on your 5th inspection, it gets expensive for them, and that's just more of their down payment money gone.
Well, why would a seller want all those inspectors in the house anyways?
Well, that's it.
Right?
Yeah, you don't want 14 inspections in your house. Something's going to get broken.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So any other last final tip that you want to share with my listeners, Kari?
I would just say, really vet out your realtor that you're going to work with.
Okay.
So that you feel completely confident. A referred realtor is better than someone you may just find on the internet.
100%.
And just know it's going to be a ride, and it may not twist and turn exactly the way you want, but at the end of the day, I promise you'll get what you want.
Love it. Enjoy the ride. Do your research on your representation. Try to not be emotionally connected to what's happening, and look at the end in sight.
That's it.
Yeah.
Home
love
sweet
it.
homes down the road.
Love it. Kari, thank you so much. Pleasure having you in studio.
You too.
And this is your host and mortgage expert, Tina Mitchell, signing off for the day. I know the hour goes by quickly. Just a reminder, daylight savings on Sunday. This is a day that firefighters remind citizens that this biannual clock change can also serve as a safety reminder to check those batteries in your smoke detectors. Make sure your home and your family is safe. Enjoy your Saturday, and I look forward to talking with you same time, same place, right here at 11:50 a.m. at KKNW.